If you want to save yourself 50 to 60 euro every single time you go out, then keep watching. First things first, you need to start off with a clean face, and we're going to do our skincare, and we're going to let that sit. Go in now with my moisturizer. This is just a really hydrating moisturizer. Next step is a good quality SPF. This is a Korean skincare one from skinshop.ie. Good SPF is going to give you that luminosity under your makeup without even trying. I like to go in with something that's going to give me a little bit of a bronze and a little bit of a glow. So I'm going to go in with the Be Perfect Bronze and Boost drops. Now that our base is set, we're going to start off with our eyes. I'm going to go in with the Full Impact Concealer on my eyelid, just to give myself a nice, clean, even base and give the eyeshadows something to stick to. Pick out a nice neutral, bright shade. You're going to pop that all over your lid just to give it a nice base and set in that concealer. That's going to help stop creasing and your mascara sitting on your eyelid. With that same fluffy brush, I'm going to take a nice neutral shade. So I'm going to use Unison from the Harmony palette. Keeping it nice and high in my crease. That nice fluffy brush. And I'm blending it towards the bridge of my nose. You're going to grab a smaller brush now. Still a fluffy brush, but just a smaller brush. And you're going to get a little bit of a darker shade. So I'm going to go in with Beloved from the Harmony palette again. And I'm going to keep this a little bit more concentrated, like under my brow bone and on my brow bone, so around here. So see that line? I'm now going to spend about 5 minutes blending that back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, keeping it away from down here and away from down here. And then I'm going to connect my outer corner here with this little groove here. So I want to create like a nice V, but I'm keeping this part here coming up towards the tail of my eyebrow. Come up and around in a nice little circle. Back and forth. Now that you're happy with where you have built up your outer corner, you're going to go in with something a little bit darker. Now, less is more, so add a little and little. And then we're going to go keep it really close to the lash line here and blow this out towards the tail of your eyebrow again. You just add it as much as you feel that you want. Everything can be blended and it's easier to add than to take away. Now you feel like you look like a crazy person. So what you're going to do is grab a baby wipe and you're going to clean up your under eye. I like it marginally sharp, but not like a obviously straight line. I am grabbing a bullet brush and a little bit of a darker shade again. So I'm going with Eternal again from the same palette. And I'm going to keep this on my lash line on the very edge, creating a small little wing for that added drama. There is nothing worse than an eyebrow product that doesn't suit your face. So make sure that you're getting the right colour and the right product for your eyebrows. Mine are already dark, they're already tinted. So I'm going to go in with the Indestructibrow from Be Perfect. When you're happy with your eyebrows, we're going to move on to your face, which is the most exciting part. I think your face makes your look. So I'm going to just put on a little bit of concealer over this redness here. And then I'm going to forget about it and leave it. I'm also going to put it under my eye here and here. I don't want to bring foundation up under my eye anyway. But I'm going to go in with Chroma Cover in W5. This is the best foundation for any event. It stays so well. Just going to do, these are half pumps. And that's for a quarter pump. Blend this with a damp beauty blender. Dab, dab, dab. Has to be a damp beauty blender. Run it under the tap and give it a good squeeze in the towel. And get all the excess water out. So you're going to blend this in. And then you can add more if you want. So we're just going to do nice light wee layers to start. There's one light layer. I know for a fact for the way I want my makeup, I'm going to need another layer. So I'm going to do another half pump and a quarter pump. I know my forehead doesn't need it, so that'll just have the excess from my beauty blender on it. Now that I'm happy with the coverage of my foundation, I'm going to go in with the opposite side of my beauty blender and blend in my under eye concealer, making sure that I'm getting up here inside my eye where I haven't got any makeup whatsoever, keeping that nice and bright and being really precise with where I place that beauty blender because I don't want to get rid of that sharp line. Now, we're going to go in with our bronzing slash contouring. I think a lot of us shy away from this because it's like, well, contouring, I don't want to look like an idiot. But it's super simple. I'm using the Mrs. Glam Snatch Stick, a little bit on my nose, a lot on my forehead, because I know that I love a really bronzy look. This is shade 3 because I don't want a double chin, obviously. I'm going to take a nice light brush and buff this into the skin, keeping it concentrated to exactly where I've applied it. Almost directly on top of that. Pretty much on top. More to here, okay? Some liquid blush. Yes, you need liquid blush. Or you need a cream blush or something, especially on event days, because the more layers, the more longevity. A nice fluffy brush and dab. You don't want to bring it into that contour. You don't want to bring it up into your concealer too much, but you want to lift the face. A little bit along the nose and along the forehead where you would naturally get a little bit of sun. Now to set your face, you need powder. So everything we've applied in liquid form, we're applying in powder form. To start off with this monstrosity on my chin, I'm going in with Mrs. Glam in shade 2 light gold. Oopsies. And I'm going to work this into my skin to airbrush it and hide that blemish. I'm also going to go in with that around my nose, in here where I do get redness, and I'm going to need a little bit more coverage. And then in everywhere else, so here under my eyes, I'm going to use shade 1. I'm going to apply my bronzer the same places that we applied the Snatch Stick. So under here, hide our double chin, blend it up behind the ear, on the ear. Now you're going to add your blusher. I use the same brush for my blusher and my bronzer. You can use a different brush if you want. I just like the cohesiveness that using the same brush brings. Hi. Now we look as dry as anything, so you're going to add a setting spray all over, 4 squirts, to add that hydration back into your skin. While that's drying in, we're going to go back in with our lighter, less fluffy brush and our bullet brush, and we're going to do underneath our eyes. But be careful here, you don't want to get too carried away. So I'm going to go in with my bullet brush straight away, but I'm not going to add any product. The product that I have left from doing the corners is plenty enough. And I'm going to keep this really close to my lash line, halfway to where my pupil is. Then with the fluffy brush, I'm going to blend that out. Again, just halfway. Just want to keep the eyes bright and youthful looking, trying not to show off those wrinkles. This point now is where you decide, do I want to leave it matte or do I want to add a little bit of glitter or glam? We'll use Harmonize. I think this looks like a really good colour. It's her. I'm just going to go in lightly. Oh yeah, that's exactly it. A little bit of drama. That's gorgeous, isn't it? Oh, she's stunning. Now, I personally have not been loving a false lash. So I've been going in with the Mrs. Glam mascara and I add layer by layer. I could have 5 layers of mascara on. So I'm going to go in, right, with the brush, really, really close to my lash line, and I'm going to shake it side to side, making sure I'm coating all of my lashes. I'm really concentrating all of my attention on the corner. If you get mascara on your eyelid, don't panic, leave it alone and let it dry. Now for our lips, I'm going to take off any foundation that's on my lips currently. I'm grabbing my powder puff and powdering those lips, and I'm going to use a nice neutral liner. So I'm using the Anna Olivia Collection liner and just line the lips. I'm going to apply a gloss. This is just a clear gloss all over. Now, remember I told you not to panic that we got eyeshadow up here? You're going to grab your little brush and you're going to buff it in. And there you have it. You have saved yourself 50 to 60 euros on every event. If you found this video useful, please save it for later. Comment down below if you have any questions whatsoever. And share it with your friends, share it with your mom, share it with your aunt, because hopefully it will help somebody. Thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.